October 11th, 2077. This is Overseer Blaine Kronos. I am the current/first owner of Vault 41. The purpose of this vault was that it is to be completed unfinished so the vault dwellers could adapt to the environment and learn to build a home with limited supplies. I will record logs every time something eventful happens in the vault. October 23rd, 2077. It has finally happened. The warnings on the TVs, the sirens, those commie bastards dropped the bomb on us. Quite literally. Luckily, my family was granted access into the nearest control vault, as promised by Vault Tech. Almost everyone who has been assigned this vault has been saved. Sadly, 10 are unaccounted for. We can assume they're dead. But we mustn't dwell on such things. We must focus on survival. I told the residents that the vault was not to be completed in time before this unforeseen tragedy, and they fell for it. Luckily, people nowadays would fall for anything you say. November 1st, 2077. Dwellers are complaining about the low amount of supplies. What was I to tell them? That this wasn't completed on time? Of course, standard Vault Tech procedure. I might have to keep them on close watch in the event of an unforeseen revolt. Additionally, some teen named Nathan Hawkins and his girlfriend Mildred Day have been going on and on about a holotape player. Fortunately, I've given holotape players to the most useful staff members and not those two bungalows. They are lucky their father is a competent construction worker. Shame he died in the blast and not take those kids and their horror flicks with them. December 15th, 2077. We have finally ran out of building supplies. And how did they spend those supplies? They built little graves to the fallen, to their families in the caves. This is getting ridiculous. They were supposed to build homes, move on from this tragedy. Now I have to spend fuck. This is Overseer Blaine Kronos. I am the current/first overseer of Vault 41. The purpose of this vault, that is to be completed unfinished, so that the dwellers could adapt to the environment and learn to build a home with limited supplies. I record logs every time something eventful happens in the vault. Standard vault procedure. October 23rd, 2077. It has finally happened. The warnings on the TVs, the sirens, those commie bastards finally dropped the bomb on us. Quite literally. Luckily, my family was granted access to the nearest control vault, as promised by Vault Tech Corporation. Almost everyone who has been assigned to this vault has been saved. Sadly, 10 are unaccounted for. We can only assume they are dead. But we mustn't dwell on such things. We must focus on the survival. I told the residents that the vault was not completed in time before this unforeseen tragedy. Then they fell for it. Luckily, people nowadays would fall for anything you say. October 1st, 2077. Several vault dwellers are complaining about the low amount of supplies. What was I to tell them? That this wasn't completed on time? Of course. Standard Vault Tech procedure. I might have to keep them on close watch in the event of an unforeseen revolt. Additionally, some teen named Nathan Hawkins and his girlfriend Mildred Day have been going on and on about a holotape player. Fortunately, I've given all the players to the most useful staff members and not those two bungalows. They are lucky their father is a competent construction worker. Shame he died in the blast and not take those kids and their horror flicks with them. December 15th, 2077. We have officially run out of building supplies. And how did the dwellers spend those supplies? They built here little graves to their families in the caves. This is getting ridiculous. They were supposed to build homes, move on from this tragedy. Now I have to send out scouts to find supplies. Perhaps I should send Nathan. It would finally get him out of the vault instead of sulking through the graveyard with his girlfriend. One time Captain Halls caught them doing unspeakable things from behind a tombstone. Ugh. January 4th, 2078. The scouting group has returned, but Nathan has disappeared. Apparently they were wandering by some research center when they encountered some sort of humanoid with peeling skin and an animal-like growl. Said it was like a rotting corpse. At least the only good thing that came from Nathan's death was supplies. I gave strict orders not to tell Mildred. The last thing I need is some blubbering pregnant woman leading a revolt. January 10th, 2078. We found Nathan. The guard said he heard knocking on the vault door when he saw Nathan on the monitor. He was wearing the radiation suit with his name brand on it, so I know it was him. But all he did was stare at the door. Strange, usually he's so energetic. What happened to him? I'm planning on organizing a think tank to think of what to do with Nathan. January 11th, 2078. We decided to let Nathan in, but in no circumstances did you go anywhere near the public zones. He has strangely no signs of radiation, but his suit was torn to bits. This is a most strange event. Dr. Francis has him under careful watch. January 12th, 2078. There is something wrong. People are dropping like flies. Pregnant women are giving birth and going buck wild. Except for Mildred. She still hasn't given birth. Jesus H. Christ, what is happening to my vault? I have ordered Nathan to be terminated. He could be very well likely the cause. I will just tell Mildred that he died out in the waste during the search party. Perhaps it is better than the truth. Nathan. His eyes, black as the void. Jesus. Mildred. Yes, it killed her. Some creature that came out of her. I have locked it in the nursing room. Nathan. He is banging on my door. Dr. Francis, he said that there was a plague in the research center. God, why is Nathan in that thing? That demon immune? Why is everyone dead? October 10th, 2077. Vault 41 is now completed. At last, the purpose of the vault is to test how construction workers and their families will build the final stages of the uncompleted vault to test their building skills to rebuild the world. I am positive in my leadership, and it will be our success before the next overseer arrives to take my place. This is Overseer Kronos signing out.